Hey, what's up beautiful people, Deco here and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another video. This is going to be different from the other videos in the series, but this will be a sit down chit chat, get sewing with me. If you haven't already checked out the other videos in the series, basically the series is all about me introducing spring back into my wardrobe, because if anything, I'm always in black, and I thought, you know what, to invite the new season into Cape Town, let me also invite the new season into my own clothes that I wear as well. So we're just gonna be chit-chatting. You know, there's some things that I have on my mind as per usual, and I want to talk about those things, but whilst I speak on those things, I am going to be making something. I'm not entirely sure yet what it will be, but I have cut out the patterns. Before I get into that though, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you are into the types of videos that I do around sewing and garments, etc. But also make sure to follow me at Deco on Instagram to stay up to date with everything that is going on in my life. Now, I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to be sewing, but I have cut out the pieces. At first, I thought it was just gonna be you see, I don't even know what I thought it was going to be, because I cut this quite a while ago, but I am using the same material that I used to sew the pants, with a ripple seam slit in the middle of the pants as well. I'm using that same fabric because I had quite a bit left off. This is the pattern that I cut out for the top. It is stretched, so that's why it sort of tapers in towards the bottom, because this of course has to accommodate the bust. I also have a zip as well. This is an invisible zip. I cut out a few more pieces as well. These are all just strips. I also thought maybe I should just bring in some elastic as well, just for some reinforcement in certain areas if I do need it. Let me get started. I came to a realization. Basically, I think that the way that I had started perceiving myself was really having a negative impact, not just on me, but on my work, on my relationships, on how I interact on social media, etc. And I did speak about this a little bit in a previous video that I did on imposter syndrome. I was just, man, I have had a rough couple of months. And when I realized, because I mean, you know, if you're going through something, it is advisable that, you know, you just take time off, whether it's time off from work, from school, or whatever it might be. Just, you know, some time just to firstly let things digest. The reality of what is happening should settle in, but not just that, just also like managing your feelings and your emotions and how you're dealing with it, whether it's internally or, you know, through prayer or reaching out to family or professional help, whatever it might be. But taking time off is advisable, and that's exactly what I did. To be fair, I did take like the odd day, but I think that was really me, you know, in the moment when I felt as though, oh, like anxiety is rising or panic attack, or, you know, whatever the case might be. It's only then that I was like, okay, no, wait, let me take a step back. That's not always great. I think that you should kind of be proactive in a sense. I know that that is somewhat, you know, difficult to even understand when you're going through something, but I'm the type of person who is just always busy, and I realized at some point that always being busy doesn't mean that I'm always being constructive, you know. Like sometimes I find that, you know, I haven't had a break all day and I've been busy all day, but what did I actually do? You know what I'm saying? Like yes, you're always busy. Yes, you know, your hands are fidgeting, or like, you know, you just get itchy if you're standing still for too long. But what am I actually doing? You know, so being busy all the time is not so great. But I think that is why, for me at least, it's so hard to be like, that will take some time off. Because I don't know, I just feel like if I spend too much time not doing anything, I feel like I'm stagnating, you know. I feel like I'm not progressing in life. And I mean, sometimes doing nothing is doing something. Sometimes doing nothing means that you're just re-energizing your body, re-energizing your soul, your mind, giving your brain a break, you know, like you get to take in what's happening around you a bit more. You get to, when you get back to your normal routine of like working or whatever the case might be, you're like in a better space, or it's like your mind is fresh, it's ready to take on whatever it can. But not this girl. This girl is like, I need to work, I need to be busy all the time, and that is not great. And it definitely has had an impact on me in the past couple of months, because the only time I took breaks was when I could feel like a ball of numbness inside me or anxiety inside me. But even then, I would try to fight it by being busy instead of actually dealing with whatever is happening inside of me. I'm quite nervous because now I have to put on this zip. I think I'm gonna put this on at the bottom, but I need to check if this fits first. That quick fitting actually gave me an idea of what I can do for this top, because it's very tight. So we're going to have to improvise. I'm gonna baste this one side, and if you don't know what that means, a basting stitch is sewing a straight stitch, which is the longest length. And it's basically just to hold things in place. It doesn't really secure anything as much as like a shorter stitch would. It's just to hold things in place, to see how something could look. But anyways, as I was saying, what was I saying? I always used being busy as, at first I thought being busy was just like me, oh yeah, I'm going forward in life, keep busy man. But I realized that no, being busy might even just be some sort of coping mechanism for you, which clearly is not working out this time around. So I started like reaching out to people and just speaking to people who like I could get advice from on how like to deal with what I'm dealing with, speaking to a counselor or to close friends, family, whoever it might be. And I will get into that in a bit, but or else I won't actually finish what I'm sewing. Let me sew this basting stitch, and then I'll be back. I think for me, in terms of like just breaking the way that I think about myself in relation to other people, or myself in the workplace, or myself as a professional, I think what helped me firstly to realize that these are the thoughts that I'm having, they are definitely holding me back from being who I want to be. Something that helped me with that is speaking to people, because like I mentioned, this was all in my mind. This was all, developed. And when I say in my mind, I'm not saying that my thoughts were not valid or my emotions aren't validated. However, basically what I'm saying is, when I started to speak to people, I could start to really position it differently, or think about it differently, or think about where it even came from. Something that was also quite paramount as well was actually getting a mentor. Now, my experience with mentorship has been a very interesting one, because I know like growing up you'd hear about mentorship, you must get a mentor. That's basically what people were saying. Get yourself a mentor to help you, or so you can have chats with them, or just get that mentorship going. And I never understood what that meant, like get a mentor and talk about what exactly are you saying to a mentor? However, I didn't know that I needed a mentor until I knew that I needed a mentor. So I got to a point in my life where I started having certain thoughts, certain questions about like my development, my future, etc. And I realized then that these are the types of questions and thoughts I can actually run by a mentor. And that's when I was like, this is when I need to get a mentor. This is how I need to get a mentor. And how I did it was, I just reached out to someone who I had worked with, who's very knowledgeable in the industry that they're in, and just from the experience that they have been through, I thought that I could learn a whole lot more from that person. So speaking to a mentor and, you know, getting their views and getting their ideas, their suggestions, and asking them questions, like real practical questions. There's a lot that I don't know and a lot that I didn't know that I don't know. And even now, I know there's still a lot more that I still have to learn. And just having a mentor by my side to like ask those questions, or, you know, hear the experience or learn new things that I didn't know about, or how to strategize, or how to position my feelings, or how to work around certain situations, has been game-changing for me. I'm just taking out that basting stitch, and what it does is then it reveals the zip, as you can see right there. Just reveals the zip underneath. But yeah, I think if you haven't already, look into getting a mentor, because there's a lot that you can learn from them. A lot. They're just an information tank, and, you know, I think more often than not, people are really happy to share the experience. People are ready to have a conversation or to answer questions if you have any. You know, people are quite friendlier than I thought. People are very nice and very friendly and very open to having conversations. There is an exciting project that is about to go live. Basically, Women in Tech Global has a mentorship program that they will be running, where anyone can join as a mentee and basically be connected to anyone on any mentor globally, really, through the Women in Tech platform. The link will be live on all the Women in Tech South Africa's social media accounts. I'll leave all the information in the description box for you to see what Women in Tech is all about. But basically, the goal is to get women more access to things within the technological space, and even changing the narrative around how women are perceived and what women can do, you know, not just in the technical space, but in the corporate space in general. It's not new knowledge that women are somewhat perceived a certain way, you know, when it comes to doing certain types of jobs. The focus of this is within the tech space, but really for anyone. And my journey to, you know, even realizing the things that I have realized today put me in the same path as Women in Tech, and I could not be more grateful, because some of the realizations or the advice that I got to dealing with my experiences or my traumas or my feelings, or even just asking questions about how to handle things within the workspace, that also came from Women in Tech. I'm really proud to be part of an organization like this, and like the mentorship that I have gotten from Women in Tech, I think that, you know, even on a global platform, I have no doubts that any mentee that joins will be connected with a mentor that can offer the same type of like enlightenment that I got as well. So the links will go up soon to the registration. It's all free. Closing date is on the 15th of November, so make sure that you do register for that. If you don't have a mentor already, do get one. And even if it's not a mentor, I think that being part of a community of like-minded people, a community that think about transformation and ethics and how people feel, is definitely a step in the right direction, I think. I guess for now though, we just do what we can and try to be optimistic, try to be positive, just try. That's all we can do. Well, that's all I can do. We just try to do my best in everything that I do, and yeah, the rest will follow. I am going to wrap up this video now, because if I continue talking, this video just will not have an ending to it. But yeah, I really hope that, if anything, I hope that sharing my experience maybe, you know, made you realize something that maybe you hadn't realized before. And I'm quite interested to hear your experience. You know, have you had these types of thoughts? Are you in a position where you are thinking these things? Do you have a mentor? Are you looking for a mentor? Let's engage in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything going on here, the YouTube land. But also follow me on Instagram at @KDeco to stay up to date with everything that's going on in my life. I will post, or I'll insert like a clip or something of how this top will end up looking once I'm done with it. So far, I've just done the top because I've just been talking this entire time. But There's hope. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.